Hello, and welcome to the Yogscast. You'll notice there's a little banner at the side. That's just because the party UI was glitching out really badly, so I covered it up to stop people getting distracted by it. It was very, very spazzy, just a blow. So anyway, I'm here in the Worldly World. This is the best time I had actually in the beta. I spent about 3 hours doing it, and this is the highlight. This sort of 15-20 minutes. So
you whistled then.
You're gonna be glued to your seat. I know I did. I'm that excited.
You always do that when you're excited.
This was in the blue world. So this isn't my home world, this is an enemy world. And I'm right at the top of the world, actually, defending a keep, which normally belongs to the sort of blue team. But we were the green team, and we had taken one of these keeps all the way north in the world. And it's right next to their sort of spawn, so it's very easy for them to take. And what I was doing here was I was running along, so I'd heard that one of our keeps was under attack. So I headed down here, and I found that the keep was indeed under attack from an awful lot of blue defenders. So there you go, there's loads of blue people up there.
So you're Necro.
I'm a necromancer, I've got all these pets, pet Zerg.
You've got loads of pets everywhere, yeah.
And this is the keep that they've got the outpost. There's a couple of defenders in there already. But look at... There's no way I'm going to be able to get past that amount of people. So I'm like, crap, what am I going to do? So...
Run away. Run away!
I immediately started retreating. I thought, what am I going to do?
Don't be a hero.
My worm's like attacking some moa bird. So I'm like, just kill that. No big deal. Bit of life tap, but it's dead already. I was hoping to life tap this one, but it didn't automatically target it because it's neutral. Anyway... This keeps under attack,
distracted
and I'm like,
by the birds.
God damn it! So I'm waiting for like an opportunity for the sort of defenders to be distracted, to run into the keep. Now, if they were good at defending the keep, they would make sure that no one got in to defend it. Because once you're in, you can defend it from the walls much more effectively than you can.
You just turtle.
So
yeah,
I'm going to summon some bone minions. I've already got my worm and my other thing, and I've got a jagged horror there. I'm just going to make a run for it, because this looks like an opportunistic moment. So I use my speed boost, which is on my warhorn. I run straight past them all.
Look how many of them there are! And they all just ignored me. And you're through.
I'm through.
And you're
so I made it into the keep. Now, a lot of classes can do this via invisibility and stuff.
Friends.
I can use it as like I can use a few things to get in, but the door is actually pretty low. And look how many people there are out here with catapults all smacking on the door. I'm like, oh.
All ignoring the fact that you've gone past them. You're past their defences and you're actually at their keep.
I think they were all a bit preoccupied with trying to get through the front door. So I'm throwing down these marks. Now, what these marks are is they're basically like mines on the floor, those circles. When people walk into them, they get hit. And I'm actually chaining them up with the other people. So that was a lava font that was thrown down there by an elementalist. And I chained my stuff on top of it. So it did bonus damage. Now, actually, it's working pretty well. And as you can see, a couple of them are actually down on the floor there. So that guy there, I'm putting a couple of marks down, try if I can put them on him. That was a lot of damage that I did then. That was like 1,000 damage in an AoE.
God, it was.
Poisoned them all, crippled them all. That guy's trying to res this other guy. So I'm turning to my necro form and I'm nuking them. But the door is actually pretty close to being knocked down at this point. So everything's getting a little bit frantic. We're kind of working like overtime to try and defend it. So I think the door's now gone down, and they've actually started running in.
Yes.
So they're all coming in through the courtyard. Okay. Now they're already up there as well, and there's quite a lot of them. And this situation does not look so good. So I'm on the walls here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some runes. I'm going to summon my pets. I'm going to try and do a few diseases
away from the trouble.
But they're all sort of coming down here, so I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is not a good situation, so I'm like running away. But we've got a few reinforcements who came in behind, because you see, when they ran in through the door, they left a few people outside. The people who were with me originally sort of attacked them from behind. So there's quite a pitched battle going on here. I'm doing a fair amount of damage, summoning all my pets.
There you are.
Sending them all in, switching weapons, sort of debuffing, doing a bit of life drain. They haven't really targeted
good at games?
me. I haven't. This is just I actually leveled this character, so I'm actually a little bit experienced at playing it, which is a big problem. So I'm just putting these mines down, so if anyone comes down here, they're going to get caught by them. but I think we've sort of gained the upper hand a bit now. They've certainly started like actually losing more people than killing us.
Yeah.
So I'm reviving a couple of guys. I'm reviving this guy here who died, so he's back up. So as you can see, the tide of a battle can turn around quite quickly because anyone can res, anyone can revive in combat at any time, and it means that, you know, that these battles can really turn around if one side or other gets the upper hand. And also aggression is a big thing. You have to be very, very aggressive and scary, and if you can push them back, you know, and give your group a chance to sort of, you know, res up, it's quite different in that sense, because it's quite positional. So we pushed them out. We actually pushed them out of the keep, which is quite rare to do.
Wow.
And now
I think they messed up in the first place by going outside the keep.
I don't know.
You know, to basically get some action and to sort of play.
So I'm like, right, let's push
snap.
on, be a bit more aggressive. So I've jumped down, doing even more damage. This guy's trying to get away, so I'm going to chase him. I've just switched places with my worm there, which is sort of the active ability of your worm.
It's a teleporty thing. Wow.
But I wasn't sure where he was, but in fact he wasn't really any closer. I turned into Necroform. I'm pretty sure this actually gives you a separate life bar when you go into Necroform to your actual other life bar.
Yeah, I think
so. I'm certainly very, very tanky as a Necromancer with all the life taps. I'm sort of kiting them around a bit and backing off and then sort of healing up again. So yeah, I'm using Dagger, Warhorn and Staff. And the Staff is all the AoE conditions, which is actually horrific. And the Warhorn is kind of speed boost, which is very handy for chasing, and some sort of a daze, I think, is the other ability. So we're chasing this guy, these poor guys down.
It's very good PvP thing.
Just owning them up, no big deal. Now what I've actually got is, I've got another thing which is interesting, which you can actually change fast cast ground target. Now, what that means is, I've got 3 marks, okay, but you've never seen me put a ground target down, and that's because I've got it on fast cast, which means it will automatically cast where my cursor is at the time. So...
Oh! Right, okay.
I can just mouse over where I want the stuff to be and hit it once, and the ground target will go down. And that really slickens up the combat of these ground targeted classes like Mage and Necromancer.
That's pretty cool.
So my talents are all pets. By the way, I've got human racial dogs, and I've got 3 other types of pet. I just switched place with my worm for no reason.
That was the worm teleport. Amazing. Well, I mean, it's the big thing of PvP. I mean, the positioning and getting away and getting in and getting out again quickly.
So we chopped up all of them, all those guys, and left them in the dust. And now we're destroying all their siege equipment, which is really harsh. So they don't have a chance to just come back here. Because, you know, if they you know, had sort of... Our doors are still basically broken. So if they came back, you know, they could quickly use these things to you know, repair any redo any damage to the doors. So we're just killing these off. No big deal.
Killing a rabbit. You tab targeted on.
Yeah. So my Necro abilities, I'm a bit kind of sad about this because, you know, the ultimate Necromancer ability, it pretty much stays the same, at least as far as I've seen. So you always get the same 4 abilities when you go into your Necromancer form, which is kind of a bit boring, but, you know, they may well change that. So there we actually got a gold medal and some karma points and some experience for defending this keep.
Wow.
And obviously the way that triggers is when there's no invaders within a certain amount of time, or when you've repaired the door and stuff like this. So it's all automatic, and it's all dynamic, so you get rewards as you do things. So now we're going to head back to the keep, because the doors are still just taking open. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
And some guy put a new door up,
repairing.
and they're all hammering on this door to repair it. I need to get some supply to actually do that. And I think you need to bring supply from a supply pile. So you actually have to collect it. You collect a certain amount in your arms, and then you can go and do stuff with it. So you can You can build siege equipment if you have a schematic in your inventory and you've got enough supply, or you can literally just plonk down siege equipment anywhere.
And the caravans carry the supplies to and fro, don't they?
That's right, they do. So I'm just sort of chilling out outside this sort of place, thinking, right, what's we're doing in here? I'm going to head up and have a look up on the. These guys are still bringing supply. It's quicker to bring supply from inside the keep, and I still don't have any supply. I wasn't sure where the supply depot was in this keep, so I just sort of let them do it. But as you just saw, the door's already being shelled again. So obviously we're under attack again. So I'm like, quick to the battlements, go go go! And they've actually got a catapult right over there, and we're shelling them with another catapult. So these guys have built a catapult on our side, and they've built a catapult on their side. So their catapult was targeting our door, and it still is targeting our door, right? But our catapult is targeting their catapult.
Do you remember that old game in which there's like two gorillas that throw bananas at each other from the top of skyscrapers? It reminds me of that.
Yeah. So these guys, we're shelling their catapult. It's sort of taking a bit of damage. I'm like, I can't. I'm sort of seeing if I could like put a mark down over that side. Or reach them in any way, but I don't think I can. So they've actually turned their catapult round now, and they're going to start shelling us.
Those buggers.
And this guy put another catapult down right behind me, nearly knocked me off the cliff. You bastard. So he's going to build another one. Now catapults are about half as expensive as trebuchets, except for they do about 3 times less damage. So they're half as expensive and 3 times less damage. And trebuchets... each of the siege equipment are sort of, they do bonus damage to a certain thing. So, for example, trebuchets do more damage to buildings and doors. Cannons do more damage to sort of people. And catapults are a bit of a mix. So I'm trying to throw down some marks on the floor, but I'm sort of a bit too far out of range. They're all coming back round to assault the front door of the keep again. So, as you can see, keep defense isn't just standing on battlements. It's got all this extra terrain all over the place. This guy threw down an ice bow for me, which was very kind of him. So I was just
thank you.
Doing a few shells off the top, but I'm a bit out of range here to actually hit anyone with anything other than a siege weapon, so it's not hugely useful. Certain classes can actually shoot from up here, so like this will probably be an area where a ranger can reach from, but most of the classes can't. They've obviously reclaimed the front of the keep. That guy there, you might have just seen him. He's got like an orange arrow above his head. You might see him around again. He is the commander, and you can actually pay to be a commander. And there's only a certain amount that you can have at once. And they're people who are basically showing up on everyone's map where they are. So when you zone into World v World, you'll be able to see where any commanders are, and people will obviously use these people as guidelines to where they should be going and to help them find a battle. They don't actually have any benefit other than an arrow.
Oh god. Let's hope that whoever is the commander knows what they're doing then.
Yeah. I'm not sure how entirely it works, but I know you can pretty much... It's quite expensive to become a commander, so maybe it's something that one per guild kind of thing, or one person per guild is assigned sort of to be like a commander in PvP. So I'm back on battlements, lobbing some stuff off here, trying to defend it again. So I'm back to basically where I was before. in this situation again, where they've set up siege equipment, they want to knock down the door. But we've got a lot of defenders. That's an arena net guy there I'm shooting at. See if I can...
Oh dear.
See if I can take him down. Yeah. That's the problem with having like a little logo by your name. You think it looks awesome, but it makes you a target. So I was doing a bit of life tap there.
Do you remember that guy we were fighting and he made himself invincible and we couldn't do any damage to him? That jerk.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I don't know how he did that. He had some sort of ability. Now, some classes have player-based area of effect abilities, by which I mean they do damage around themselves. So if for example the battlements were really impossible to get on, you could actually go behind the door and put down like a ground targeted thing on the door, and it would go off through the door and hit people. But this game isn't too reliant on people meleeing the door. Lots of people, pretty much most of the time, the doors will just go down through siege equipment alone. And siege equipment seems fairly plentiful from what I've seen in this beta anyway. Whereas it was a bit sparse last time. I think people were just buying a couple of siege golems. And these guys did actually buy a siege golem, I think, but I think I killed it later on.
Oh snap!
But you'll see. So, actually, I might not have got that in the video. That might be. I was playing this for about 3 hours, so I was really enjoying it though. So they're in our flipping base again, and I'm like, oh damn it! And they've got a lot more people this time. So things aren't going well. Let's just put it that way. They've got a lot more people. They're a lot more well organised, and this is like their second push up. So we've obviously not been able to repel them. The possibility is that we should have built more siege kind of equipment to defend it, like cannons and things on the walls, and actually shell them actively in response. But we didn't really have enough supply, because this, we had to spend a lot of supply rebuilding the doors, and therefore we were a bit sort of starved, and they kept the pressure on quite well. So this is the sort of same situation as before, except it's, I don't know. The commanders guys are over on the end of the sort of wall, and I'm keeping this same defense because this worked before for me. So I'm like, right, okay, I'll just do this again, no big deal. And they start pushing down. I'm like, oh god, they didn't get this far before. I'm summoning my pets desperately. I'm summoning my Shadow Fiend pet. This guy's just like in my face.
Get out of my face!
So that's actually, I think that's an enemy lava font. Anyway, oh my god, there's loads of them. So I'm like, balls to this, let's get out of here. So I start running for it. I'm throwing down the chilling wards like beneath me so they get slowed. I'm throwing up my healing pet. There's a whole load of combat going on up here. I'm like, oh crap. So I retreat across to this bridge to like the next keep layer.
Switch into necro mode.
To give me a bit more health, but it wasn't working too well. So I might switch back out. I don't know. I might just use it up. There's a whole lot of blue defenders up here. This is where our keep lord is, I think, and a couple of guys still defending here. That's actually an impenetrable bubble. I can't get through it. It keeps knocking me back, and that's I think an enemy one. So I was like, oh god. So anyway, there's a couple of our guards here. I'm like, right, let's team up with the guards. Let's push these guys back. I'm going to be able to defend this.
They look quite badass, don't they?
No big deal. I'll be able to defend this. So I run straight into that red zone. Oh no, I don't. Phew. And then the whole Zerg has come, and I'm like, oh dear.
Lummy.
Here's my hounds. So I'm like, get in there.
Get in there, hounds. Release the hounds.
That guy is taking 0 damage. Look at that. He's taking 0. He's like, I don't know what ability that is, but he was not taking any damage.
Oh god.
So they're all coming, and I'm like panicking, and it's like no support here, and we're all getting owned. But we're sort of holding our own a little bit because the keep lord's quite tough, and I think he's about to die. So I ran in and my life tap at this point and taps a load of them. But again, if you're kind of really overwhelmed, it's not all that useful. So there's a few more marks on the floor. It's like a desperate. You can tell where this is going, can't you?
It's like a last stand, isn't it?
Is there going to be anyone who comes and saves me? No.
Cavalry.
No, the cavalry aren't going to arrive. But we're like holding them off. And
oh my god, it's Han Solo in the Millennium Falcon. He's arrived, Lewis. It's Gandalf riding Shadowfax.
And so I just go into like last ditch kind of necro mode. See, I'm quite tough actually as a necro. So I'm the last man standing in this keep. And then finally I get fatality'd. There you go. So that was a bit of keep action back and forth.
That was a lot of action. Wow.
There you go. Did you enjoy that? It's good, wasn't it?
Did indeed.
Pretty intense. Pretty intense.